Cincinnati's literally home. I don't think there's nothing more else to really say about it. I mean, this city, they have my heart. Our new AD, John, he ended up calling me. It was crazy. It was like from like a Minnesota number or something like that. I'm thinking it was a bill collector, but I'm like, I'm not answering this phone. And something told me to just answer it. And he, when he picked up, he was like, "Hey, is this Sean?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Congratulations, you made the Hall of Fame." And I just dropped my phone and just started crying. So my mom pretty much told me to trust everything. Trust, for one, God, but also trust exactly what Coach Cronin was doing for me. And I mean, I didn't really get to see it or really knew exactly what was going on when he told me or asked me if I wanted the red shirt until, like, as we see, like, moments like this one now. So.
Hey, we ain't crying like senior night.
How you been?
Did you tie that yourself?
Nope, my lady did.
Anything he ever told you I said is not true. I never cursed at him one time.
Man.
Yes. This is your moment. Get in here.
NIL situation. I've heard almost 20, 30 times now. If you was in the NIL while you was playing, I mean, who knows what would be basically happening. You used to tell me while I was playing that I'm not able to get paid for it. Just imagine that then. I would have probably asked him to redshirt me 3-4 times. I mean, it was a lot of first time meetings for them and for me. But to really be able to see that and them put the face together and with everything, I mean, it was amazing, man. And I'm actually happy and excited for this team this year, for sure.
This is a great example of recruiting is not an exact science, right? We all try to find talent. But I'm old now, and I know that grit and work ethic's the hardest thing to find, and his work ethic was second to none. If Kobe Bryant was the hardest worker in the history of the NBA, he's the hardest working player that I've ever coached. He put in more time in the gym, and I told him he couldn't dribble with his left hand, and he had to become a combo guard to play in the NBA. And I was in Vegas recruiting, and it's like the 10 o'clock game. You might have been there. And I got a video from him. He's going through the cones down in the practice gym with his left hand with George, the manager, and he's yelling, I got a left hand, coach. He's yelling at me on the video, what are you talking about? I got a left hand. It was 1 a.m. It's, on a Friday or Saturday night. So, he's the only player I know was in the gym at 1 a.m. on July on a Friday or Saturday night working on his left hand. I knew in practice how hard he worked and that he could be a really good player. And obviously he was in the days of program building in his era. You had to have players, returning players, especially in our program and the way it had gone on here for so many years. You had to get older. So I didn't want him to transfer. So when we had the meeting, I said, look, I don't want you to not play, get mad, and transfer. I want you to stay. So that's why I want you to redshirt. I think he was so competitive that if he didn't play at all his freshman year, I was worried he would leave. So I said, you're going to be the captain of the team someday. So fortunately, he bought into it. I mean, there's no debate. There's no debate. I mean, first of all, I would say, the tradition here probably should be celebrated more. There's not enough numbers up there. Like, if you were to ask me, it would be Sean Kilpatrick, then Gary Clark not long behind him, in my opinion. When you're the only guy to ever score 2,000 points at a school, except for the great Oscar Robertson, how is your number not in the rafters? So hopefully it'll just be a matter of time, in committees and all those sort of things. I don't even know who's on those things anymore, but I know that, in my opinion, he's in the baseball they got first ballot Hall of Famers. He's a first ballot have your number retired guy. When you score 2,000, you help your team to 4 NCAA tournaments, and you graduate, and you do it with class, the way he did it, his whole time here. So hopefully that'll happen.